This was the very first card trick I've ever learned. So let's go ahead and give this deck a good riffle shuffle. Just like so. With that one card, let's place it somewhere in the middle. All right? And, just to show you guys, let me flip these cards around and show you that all these cards are pretty much shuffled up, right? So let's go ahead and gather up all these cards. Let me, again, give it a quick shuffle, an overhand shuffle this time, just like this. Whoop. These cards are going to be flying out, but it's okay. I'm a beginner magician, so it should be fine. But with all these cards right here, I want you to select any card you want. It doesn't matter what card it is. Go ahead and select a random card. Say that you selected this card right here, okay? I'm going to go ahead and gather up all these cards real quick. Make sure I don't lose them as well. Perfect. Now, what I want you to do is go ahead and take a look at this card. I'm going to have my head turned, so I'm not going to go ahead and look for now. But I want you to go ahead and remember what this card is, okay? Perfect. All right. I'm going to go ahead and turn this card back around. Let me go ahead and go back to this deck of cards right here. Deck of cards, I should say. Can't speak English. Now I want you to go ahead and take this deck and split it in half for me, please. Thank you. Now, go ahead and take this card and place it on any of these two piles. Say that you placed it right here, right? Perfect. I want you to go ahead and take this pile of cards and place it on my hand, if you will, please. Thank you very much. Now, let's go ahead and take this pile of cards and place it on top just like so. Now, with your card now being buried, we're going to go ahead and try to find your card by shuffling it inside this deck. And then what I will do, try to find your card somewhere in the middle and then bring it to the top again. Okay, let me give it one more good riffle shuffle to make sure that this card is actually lost within the deck. Perfect. Okay, so now I'm going to try to find your card in the middle. Let me sense it. Okay, I think I found it. Let me go ahead and bring that card to the top. So just like that, your card should now be at the very top. None other than the 3 of spades. Now that's pretty cool, right? But as a beginner levels magician, I want to make sure I keep up my consistency. So I want to see if I could try to do this again. So if you will for me, please go ahead and split this deck again for me. One more time. Perfect. Now go ahead and take this card and place it on any of these two piles. See that you place it on this one this time. That's completely fine. Now I want you to go ahead and take this pile and put it on my hand, please. Perfect. This one on top, just like this. Now let's go ahead and lose your card even more. Just like so. Let's go ahead and lose that card even further. We'll go ahead and give it a good riffle shuffle, just like this. Perfect. And let's switch things up by actually shuffling up all these cards, just like so. In an overhand shuffle to make sure that your card is actually completely lost within the shuffle. Uh-oh. And all the cards are flying out. Okay, that should be good enough. So, like I said, we found your card at the very top. Let's see if we could do it again, okay? So, let me sense it. See if I can find that 3. Okay, I think I've got it. Bring it to the top. So now, that card, your very card, should now be at the very top. The 3... wait a minute. That's your card. It's the 10 of diamonds. That shouldn't be it. You know what? I think I messed that up because I know for sure it should be. You know what? Actually, I shouldn't be at the top. No, your 3 should be at the very bottom. There we go. The 3 of spades. Your card at the very bottom of that deck. That's interesting, right? So we found it at the top. We found it at the bottom. But let's switch things up. Okay? Here's what I mean. So we found it at the top, right? And we found it at the bottom. This time, I want you to find where your card is going to be located at. Somewhere in the middle. Okay? So, let's do this again one more time. Please split this deck in half for me. Thank you. Now go ahead and place your card on top of any of these two piles of cards right here. Thank you very much. Now, let's go ahead and take the pile of cards, place it on my hand, take the other card, place it on top, just like so. And then we'll go ahead and shuffle up these cards to make sure that your card is completely buried in the middle. This time for sure, somewhere deep inside. So that's one. And that's two. Two riffle shuffles. And this time, let's go ahead and create a couple piles just like this. Make sure that we actually lose your card a bit more. Okay, that should be good enough. All right, now, we know your card is somewhere in the middle, right? So we said we found it at the top, we found it at the bottom. We're gonna do things a little differently. What I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna riffle through the sides of the cards just like this. Anytime, I want you to tell me when to stop. Wherever my thumb stops, that next top card should be revealed to be your guys' card. Okay, ready? Just tell me when to stop. Stop. Okay, so we stopped on this right here. So this part is the top, and then this part is the bottom of the deck. So let's start out with the top. So you caught about like right there. Okay, so this would have been the top card. This one right here would have been the bottom card, and then you stopped right here. We'll keep that card right there. Okay, so let's start with the top portion of the deck, okay? So this would have been the top card. This top card is revealed to be the 9 of diamonds. So that's not it. Let's see, how about the bottom card? This one is revealed to be as the 4 of hearts. So we know that's not it. So out of all the cards you stopped on, this is random, I tell you. And to show you proof too, you would have stopped on literally any of these other cards, right? But out of all the cards you stopped on was this card. And this card was none other than your 3 of spades.